Hey everybody, we're almost at 300 videos, which is just so awesome, and I'm just so excited that we are actually hitting this goal. So in honor of 300 videos, this might not be my 300th video, but in honor of 300 videos, I want to tell y'all something that is extremely important. Something so important that you have to hear it at least once in your lifetime. Hold on, let me just move my camera just a little bit over here. All right. So this is kind of out of my content to be making because I'm a gaming channel, obviously. I mean, Maxim John plays Minecraft Dungeons, Geometry Dash, Forza, reacts to videos, makes vlogs, all that cool stuff. I've only made about 1 or 2 videos on this one particular aspect, which is actually the most important attribute of me and a whole bunch of other people. This attribute is so important that everybody needs it. Now, I might lose subscribers for saying this, but I'm just going to say it straight. There is only one way to heaven, and it's through Jesus Christ alone. In this world, you're going to be finding a bunch of conformities, a bunch of beliefs that'll say, well, do this work or do this activity and you will be saved. You will go to heaven. You will go to paradise. You'll go to this. You'll go to that. You'll go to this cool spiritual world. You go to Valhalla. You'll go to all these really cool places, but these are just distractions. And if you've been wondering why you've been put onto this earth, I'm here to tell you why you've been created. I've been created, you've been created, every single person, every single thing in this world has been created for God. It has been created to glorify Him. It has been created to be with Him. And God, unlike when He created the plants, unlike when He created the animals, unlike when He created the earth, when He created us, human beings, He gave us an option. He gave us the option to either be with Him or not to be with Him. And to not be with Him, to disobey Him, that is called sin. To be with Him, that is obedience. And God keeps the receipts. So every single wrongdoing that we do against Him, that's a sin. But I'm going to tell you this, God does not look at sin like we do with numbers, charts, graphs. He doesn't look at them for the quantity. He looks at them for the quality. Meaning, if you sinned even once, then my friend, you have disobeyed God. I have disobeyed God. Everybody has disobeyed God, except for God. This has been in place ever since the first 2 human beings, Adam and Eve, decided to go against God. They had one command, and that was to not eat of the tree of knowledge. Now, why was that tree there? Because God wanted there to be a decision to be with Him, a decision to not be with Him. He wanted us to love Him through our free will, to decide to be with Him. And because of that, He allowed us to fail. He allows us to make the decision to fail. And He loves us. He doesn't want us to be robots. He wants us to be faithful. He wants us to be believers. He wants us to understand Him and truly seek Him out with our own choice. And friend, unfortunately, God has this place where He sent the demons, He sent Lucifer, He sent all these disobedient angels in heaven. They all went to this place. It's called hell. Now, God made everything with the intention that it would follow Him, it would obey Him, and that it would choose Him. But anything that wouldn't choose God is going straight to this place. People call it Hades, people call it hell, people call it Sheol. There's many names for this place, and nobody wants to be there. And what makes it such a terrible place is not the fact that it has fire, flames, all that kind of stuff. It's the fact that whoever ends up there will have the instant realization for all eternity that they were meant to be with their Creator. And my friends, I want to tell you something. I want to help that to not happen to you. I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want it to happen to even my worst enemy, because honestly, that place is such a terrible experience to be, and I don't desire anybody to be there. And since God is omniscient, He knows what's going to happen, what has happened, what is happening. He had this planned. He had this all locked in since before the beginning of time, since His beginning, that He will show us what His grace and what His mercy looks like. And my friend, there is no greater gift than to take one's place for them in their eternal suffering. But the only one who could actually atone for our wrongdoings is someone perfect. And since there is nobody who has been created that is perfect, the only person that could really come down for us, the only mediator between God and man, is God. But not only is He God, He is also man. He is the God-man. He is Jesus. The way we see God, I mean, most people see God as either one God or many gods, but the truth is there is one God, but there's 3 faces in the Trinity. There's the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. Now the Son, he is the key player in this situation that's going to be the mediator between the Father and man. So what he did is that he went down to earth. He went through the process of being a baby, a child, human being. He went through the process of manhood, but instead of reacting to being tempted like how we would, by following through with it, he actually resisted. And he did so, he never actually did anything wrong. And because he never did anything wrong, he was able to make up for every wrongdoing possible. So what he did is that he took our death punishment, in which our punishment is eternal, but he made up for it physical. And he did literally go to hell for a little bit, and then he came back. So he died on the cross, he was dead for 3 days, and then he came back. He resurrected himself. And that alone shows his divinity. And you might be wondering, where did this guy get all this mumbo jumbo from? Well, this is not mumbo jumbo. I got it straight from the Bible. I got it straight from the Word of God, the big portion of the 66 books. And as much as I would like to cover it right now, I don't have a list, but I do know that there is an insurmountable load of evidence that proves the Bible to be 100% true. And the only quote-unquote inconsistencies of this big set of 66 books is through the experiences of man in the perception of time of events. But because of the structure and the integrity of the Bible, it just has to be true. And not only that, but God reveals himself through our everyday lives. He does through creation. He does through miracles, what seem like coincidences. These are not coincidences, my friend. This is the Word of God himself. And my friend, you will find countless, and I mean countless amounts of encounters that people had with Jesus, that encountering him, they receive an unimaginable amount of peace that does not make sense in the physical world. He has to be true. There's just so many people, so many different kinds of people. It's a diverse amount of people, and it's just so many different encounters of the same person, of the same event happening. It just has to be true. If you made it this far into the video, congratulations. I want to tell you what you can do next. If you accept the work of Christ and you accept him in your heart, he will accept you as a child. And when you meet God, as in the Father, you're not going to have to take the burden of your wrongdoings, but rather so whatever wages that you've committed, whatever debt is there, it has all been paid. It's all been erased. But it does require an active amount of remorse and a desire to follow God. So yeah, PDF files are likely never going to reach heaven, but I'm just saying this is a very serious process, and this is something that I desire every single one of you, because God desires it. I actually have spread my testimony on the channel before, but I really just want to get this out for you. And what better time than a 300 video special? And again, this is way out of my regularly scheduled content. All I'm doing is that I'm spreading the most important piece of information anybody could know. This information is what leads to the man that saves souls. And I pray that you truly encounter who God is. But anyways, that is all I have for today. I'll see you all in the next time.